Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now from the New York office. He looks incredibly young right now. He does. This is my first time seeing this man in my life, I think, in a conversation setting, obviously, but outside of the football field in a long time. He was a part of the greatest show on turf. He looks good. He's a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame. Let's get his ass in there. Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit? Give him all the jackets. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl champion, legend on the football field, Isaac Bruce.
Thank you, sir.
How was
Great
that?
intro.
Thank you. I was hoping for a compliment, by the way. I want to let you know I was hoping we would not get started without a compliment on the intro there because I felt pretty good about it.
Gotcha, man.
How are you, man? So that has to be a big
good,
day.
Man.
You get a chance to get the Hall of Fame call, like the original Hall of Fame call. How did that go over? Did you know that it was going to be like the original, like, hey, you're up for it almost? Like, I got a chance to talk to Edrin James, right? And he said he didn't give a single shit if the Hall of Fame people gave him a call or not. He's going to live his life. It's not that big of a deal. But I know, now that his name is on the list, it means something special. Did you have that same view? Was it like a laissez-faire, I don't really give a shit, and then it happens, it's magical? Or what is your outlook on the whole Hall of Fame thing?
Well, to me, it's big. I don't lose any sleep over it, though. But, I mean,
Respect.
I don't think it really validates my career in any way. But at the same time, it was one of my goals. And, to have, I mean, in the beginning, you don't get a call. What you get is a bunch of text messages from your friends and family say, hey, I just saw this. And I'm like, all right, cool. Talk to you tomorrow. But, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, it's a sport that we played and loved. So, be going in and have an opportunity to be enshrined. It's an awesome opportunity.
Do you think you would have roughly, give or take, 15,000 yards a year with the new rules in the NFL?
Oh man, 1,500.
15,000. I think you could possibly put up 15,000 yards a year. Like I feel like all the old
1,600.
Yeah, like Marvin Harrison, like all the old school wide receivers that were just putting up incredible amounts of yards with these rules back in the day that were so different with corners. I feel like those guys, if you guys were in your prime right now, it would be a fucking show, fantasy football show.
Yeah, it'd be pretty easy. I think at the end of the day, it wouldn't be much sweat on the forehead, and we can probably, run a full practice on that next Monday, man. Because I mean, just the way it is. I mean, it's almost flag football. So, no, but I mean, what I mean by that is that they really can't, execute justice on the field as far as the wide receivers and the safeties are concerned anymore, or the defensive linemen and the quarterbacks or running backs. So. I mean, it's real easy from a practice standpoint as well. You don't get much time on the field, so you can conserve a lot of energy and go out and play 140% instead of 110% now.
Oh, keep it 100. No, keep it 140. Let's go. That's almost 200 if you add 60.
64.
That's math right there.
So close.
You see that math I just put together?
That was really quick, too. You did that.
What were your Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays like? Were you a guy that every rep, because I've seen guys on opposite ends of the spectrum. I've seen Dwight Freeney, who's in a golf cart on Wednesday. Then he comes out on Thursdays every once in a while. And then Fridays was his big day. And then Sunday, Peyton Manning never missed a rep. Robert Mathis never missed a Dwight. Reggie Wayne was one of the hardest working humans I've ever seen, even when our team was terrible. And I'm assuming to get to the elite level, there's so many different ways. I'm very interested to hear how the greatest show on turf operated on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wanted to be one of those Dwight Freeney type guys.
Everybody did, bro.
Really watching and really didn't have to practice. But no, that never happened. I mean, Mike Martz had us on the field, and we had to see how it looked in practice, and we had to go full speed in practice and make sure it worked before he called it in the game. It was a trust issue. We were trusting him. He was trusting us. And, it's like I was just telling a young guy who's now a coach, wide receiver coach in Virginia right now, a guy that I kind of mentored. I was like, man, I never got a day off, man. I mean, I wanted days off. I always wanted Wednesday off and then practice a little bit on Thursday and then go full blow on Friday. But I never got that, man. I was always all reps, 7-on-7, team, blitz period. I was in there.
Well, I think your teammates had to have loved it. And obviously it garnered a tremendous amount of talent out of that entire offense, not just you. I think it worked out. I think Martz's brain worked in an incredible fashion. Was Kurt Warner cool quarterback? Love Kurt Warner? Get along with Kurt Warner? co-workers with Kurt Warner, boys with Kurt Warner? What's the relationship between Kurt Warner and his wide receivers? Is he like boss or is he co-work? Well, how did Kurt Warner handle? Because he was doing a fucking grocery store or something, and then he all of a sudden was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Cedar Falls, Iowa.
There he is, out of nowhere. Like, what was Kurt Warner like whenever he got into the St. Louis Rams organization?
I'd have to say co-worker.
Really?
I mean, he replaced Trent Green, after the knee injury. And Trent came in, with a pretty good pedigree, pretty good resume. And, Kurt, came into the huddle. Had a lot of guys who were capable of leading. So, all he had to do was just really fit in. And, he stepped into the quarterback position and, we were able to do a lot of stuff. So we created things together. And Kurt was, he was instrumental in it. And, we had a lot of respect for him.
That's awesome. That team was so much fun to watch. Remember, Marshall Faulk was just fucking running around and over people at all times. Then Kurt Warner, the guy was throwing fucking toilet paper in a goddamn grocery store. And then he's out slinging for 500 yards a goddamn game out there. That team was so much fun to watch. That was a fun team to watch. I want to let you know, I want to thank you for some happy moments in my childhood. And I don't want to age you.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could help.
You guys had to enjoy the fucking hell out of that. That had to be a very fun run.
Well, it was a good time because, we played with what we call athletic arrogance.
Respect.
We expected to beat you, and we did. I mean, we didn't rub it in too much as far as really telling you about it, but we would run the score up on you. So that was us.
We'll bet the over if the greatest show on turf ever comes back to life with that attitude. I respect that a lot. So I always said that some of the catches I saw Reggie make in practice or like other guys in practice that never make it to the highlight reels that people don't get to see, right? Because you only see the big-time catches in big games. Like that Odell Beckham Jr. catch, it went global, and I didn't want to sound like somebody that would shit on an incredible catch because that's what it was, but I'm like, man, I watched some guys in our practice like make catches like that on like a Thursday out of nowhere. Is there any times where those practices... Like not modern day social media makes everything go big. Everything goes viral like this if it's awesome. Is there any moment in your career where you look back where for the Rams, if it was in the modern social media era that you think like, I think that would have been it. Like, do you have any catches in your mind that like you blew your own mind? You're like, holy shit, how did I catch that?
Oh, not really. I always expected to make great catches. Here's the thing, Pat. Here's the thing. To the trained and untrained eye, it's a different perspective. I mean, what looks incredible and looks awesome is always, being seen from a civilian. Someone's in the stands and really not in the battle. But for a guy like yourself and a guy like me, you see it every day, so you become a little bit numb to it. There was a moment when I was a rookie and we were playing the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football, and my teammate Flipper Anderson. Deion Sanders is really fast. This guy runs by Deion Sanders. And I was amazed. I had never seen anybody run by Deion Sanders. And, I grew up in Florida, so watching him at Florida State, and I watched his career. But to have a guy just run completely by Deion Sanders and score a touchdown, I was like shocked. I was like, oh, it can be done.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped me.
Yeah, like, hey, everybody's a human, almost. Like, hey, everybody's human up here. We're just an elite group. What part of Florida are you from? I should have known this. I should have done research.
Fort Lauderdale, man. Fort Lauderdale is called the bottom.
Bro, the Lottie Dottie. I've gotten pretty intoxicated in Fort Lauderdale in my days. Great beaches there. The Elbow Room, I believe, is a place that's right there on the beach. You take a little jot down the Tootsies in between there and Miami. We have a good old time in Fort Lauderdale. I love that. You live there now?
I do, man. It's my hometown.
Are you on a beach?
Yeah, I was on Fort Lauderdale Beach, man, for a while before we moved west.
Oh, so you're inland now?
Yeah, man. I got babies, man.
Got away from the water?
Absolutely.
Had to slow down a little bit?
No, I'll speed it up, man. Just at my pace.
Hey, no hurries, no worries. How many kids you got?
Absolutely. I got two daughters and one promise.
What does that mean? What is what
That means I have 2 girls and a promise of a boy.
Would you let your
good right now? Huh?
Yeah, dude. I always have a good time. Would you let your boy play football?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll control it, but I mean, he can play ultimately.
Do you believe the game is heading in a good direction with the changes of rules, or do you hate it?
Well, I mean, when I was playing, the guys who played before me, they really frowned on the rules change, and I'm the same way. I mean, I see a lot of protection of quarterbacks that I really don't like. Guys not being able to be football players. I mean, I think it benefits defenses only when you can turn a quarterback into a football player and not just be a facilitator. Yep. So if you start making this guy run around a little bit and have to make plays with his feet, I think that's to the advantage of a defense. But with the hands on, hands off with the defensive backs and guys floating over the middle and having these huge receiving games, man, I'm kind of like, either draft another number one or bring the Chuck rule back.
Figure it out, because these numbers are astronomical. Every receiving record from back in the day is about to just get absolutely squashed by everybody.
They're going to fall.
Yes,
they're going to fall.
There has to be asterisks next to everything. Has to be. Absolutely has to be. So the Hall of Fame, let's talk about the Hall of Fame ceremony. Let's assume that because you came on this show, you're getting in the Hall of Fame. Good things tend to happen to people that come on the show, Isaac, just for future reference.
Really?
Yeah. It's almost like you would have came on the show before you won a Super Bowl. That's like the kind of thing that I have. Yeah. That's
good for you then, right?
Great for me. Great. Even better for you. Let's just talk about it. Even better for you. For me, this is just a little raindrop in the middle of a thunderstorm. But for you, this is the Hall of Fame. So let's talk about it.
I got you.
You get to the Hall of Fame. Have you thought about the party afterwards yet?
I have, man.
Okay. How's that going?
I've already started to plan.
Yeah.
In my mind. So, yeah, I'm like halfway done with it.
What are we doing? Do we have any music? How's the night? What is our party?
We're definitely going to have some music. We're looking at probably a couple of artists that, I could probably, have to come perform for a little while.
Nice.
But, just a lot of mingling, a lot of food, and a lot of picture taking, man.
What type of food? Just so I know what type we're going to eat. You're a little bougie now. You've moved off the beach inland, so we've probably got some real high society hors d'oeuvres up in that motherfucker.
Some hors d'oeuvres, and I still fool with my community heavily. So there'll be greens and mac and cheese and things of that nature. So we'll have some good food there. We'll get you full.
What did you mean by what you just said there? You're talking about your community. What does that mean?
My community.
Yeah, what does that mean, Isaac? What do you?
I grew up in an urban city, and we ate soul food. So.
Oh, okay.
Did I break it down far enough?
Well, I ate macaroni and cheese too, bro. Just want to let you know that. Very Caucasian guy.
Really, really cheesy.
Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's white people are very cheesy, bro. That's the standard operation for the Caucasian cheesy situation. Yeah.
Okay. So
you ever come through Indianapolis? You ever come through Indianapolis?
Only a couple times when I was playing, man. Well, 3 times combine and twice when I played there. So that's about it.
When you were playing back in the day, did you have a team curfew night before the game? Did everybody check your shit, or were you allowed to live?
Man, we had a curfew, and we had. When you land, you have a curfew, go eat dinner, and you have to be at the team meeting and, that type of stuff. And there was another curfew for bedtime.
Was it the generation before you that was living like wild animals that we always hear about, where they're like, oh, you're on a away game, like you guys are going out drinking? But I'm like, I literally had a grown adult knocking on my door, making sure I was in there. Like, I'm a 30-year-old man and there's somebody knocking on my door. Like, are you in there? So was it the generation before you that was living, or was it other teams that were pretty wild?
Yeah, it had to be before me, because we were pretty strict on making sure guys were in the room. I'm with you, man. I didn't get that. Some of us, we all weren't immature, and you had a guy always checking to make sure you were in the room, or even to the point they walk in your room, open your shower curtain, make sure no one's in there.
Yes, that has happened.
That was nonsense to me.
I realized after I got arrested, Isaac, that the checks in the shower happen at a much higher frequency. Just a heads up. Who's your favorite team in the NFL right now?
Oh, I'm still a Ram fan, man. I'll always be a Ram fan. So
you have to be fucking jacked about what they're doing right now.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited, man. And looks like I'm headed to a playoff game this year.
Does McVay open up the facility to ex-players, especially legendary ones like yourself? Have they been very welcoming with the LA change?
He has, man. He kind of reached out to me when he first got the job. We haven't met yet, but I anticipate in the next 2 weeks we will. I'll be there for the Philadelphia game, so I'm excited about what he brings to the table, man.
Let me tell you about Sean McVay as a member of my community. Okay, He is a 31.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, bro. 31 years old, handsome as fuck, winning in Los Angeles for the first time in a long time. He's got to be living the best. His offseason's about to be the best offseason in history. Sean McVay. He's about to live.
So you're saying we got to get this guy married quick?
Quick. He's with that Russian model now. I think we need to figure out a way to get a ring sponsorship on that dude quick. Settle his ass down. That team looks good.
Man. In Los Angeles, that won't be hard to get that ring deal.
Well, you're 100% right. But, you know, the Instagram Explore page is just Los Angeles. That's what that is. And you got to watch out for guys like Sean McVay getting stuck in there. I don't know if you know what that is. You're a little older gentleman, but that's a rough situation for people to stay focused in, Isaac.
Well, let's pray he stays focused then.
Hey, we're going to need all
at least to the offseason.
Hey, we're going to need all the gods from every community. Allah's even going to have to pull for that one, bro. McVay is about to take the LA Rams into a fucking playoff for the first time in a long time. Isaac, I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a good time.
You have a foundation, I've heard?
IsaacBruce.org. That's my foundation based in St. Louis. We've been doing it since 2006, man. Going good. Always receiving and accepting donations. So anything you got extra going out, it's almost the end of the year. Want to make you help you on your taxes? Go ahead, give us a call, man. We'll help you out.
What a guy. Use it a 501c3 or whatever?
Absolutely.
Did I sound professional as fuck saying that, Isaac, just for future reference?
You did.
Professional. That means you will get a refund on said donation to isaacbruce.org. And it's Q4, and we're almost in Q1. And if you're looking to manage your funds in a fantastic fashion, I don't think there's anywhere better to go than a great charity in St. Louis. What's it called, Sean?
isaacbruce.org.
There it is. Yeah, they've been doing amazing stuff. All right, Isaac.
What's up, Sean?
How's it going?
Hey, this is Sean. He's the $20 chef.
Pleasure meeting you.
What's going on, Chef?
I was a big fan. We'll love watching what you guys are playing,
it,
man.
Do you cook?
Nice, man. I can cook breakfast, man. That's about it.
It's important. That's important.
Yeah.
Most important meal of the day, they say.
And I almost have the most fun making breakfast. It's like the most because when I make dinner, you know, you can make dinner and then you kind of settling down for that. When you make breakfast, you keep it moving now. It's time to get going.
Can we live?
That's true, man. Got to gas up the car.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Put oil in, too, every 1,000 miles.
That's right.
Yeah. What do you do on a daily basis? What is Isaac Bruce's life on a daily basis? You make breakfast. You're down there in Florida.
I make breakfast,
it's
man.
hot as
got a good routine.
It's hot as
Got a good
fuck.
routine.
Do you still work out?
A little bit. I don't want to say it on air. You know, I'm on disability, so. I'm sure you'd enjoy that.
All right, man. A guy that hasn't worked out in years. A guy that can't even get out of the car without it hurting. A man that sacrificed a lot to the game. Semifinalist for the Hall of Fame, very much deservedly so. His foundation, isaacbruce.org in St. Louis, doing incredible things. 501c3. Get a refund if you donate to that. Literally NFL royalty. And I cannot wait to see what members of my community are performing at your Hall of Fame party, because I'm assuming I'm getting invited, and that's awesome of you to invite us to that. And good luck, Isaac. I appreciate you so much spending time with us, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
Cheers, dude. Good luck.